I mean, BRABUS Bodo, GT, black on black, exposed carbon fiber. Come on.
Yeah, come on. I mean, it looks good, don't get me wrong. Always does, especially out here. But come on, you know, it's California. We're out here boiling in the sun. Are you sure? You know what I mean?
You mean that cabriolet is the cooler thing?
In my opinion, hell yes.
Hey guys, welcome to a special edition of BRABUS Tech Talk.
With the 2026 Pebble Beach edition.
We brought something special this time.
We absolutely did.
A few months ago in Como, Italy, we released the BRABUS Bodo, a Gran Turismo long-tail rear, muscle car front, a very long, high-presence, attitude-forward car. The first time ever, we really went all in to create a car that got 100% the BRABUS look. After the launch, the term that popped up online pretty fast was Hyper GT, which we never said, but it actually describes the car
Perfect fit.
quite well.
Perfect
And now, Pebble Beach 2026. Tom, what did we bring?
We got a US premiere with the
Bodo Coupe, Bodo Gran Turismo Coupe is coming to the US for the very first time.
The very first time.
At the Quail and at Pebble Beach. Brought a very beautiful world premiere.
I couldn't help myself. Again, we're out here in California. The weather is beautiful, unlike back home in Bottrop. But of course, we couldn't show up here without bringing the counterpart to the Bodo Coupe, the BRABUS Bodo Cabriolet.
It's like day and night, bright, dark.
Darkest.
And of course, we did that on purpose.
Absolutely.
Silkstone, polished wheels. The world premiere coupe was, of course, a black on black or a dark exposed carbon fiber, which translates to black on black. The Cabriolet is different. Silkstone, polished wheels. What happened here?
Yeah, absolutely. I like to call it the California look. Essentially, I think what you said as well with the dark in the night and the bright and the dark kind of approach is the perfect way to describe it. I also like to say Batman meets Bruce Wayne, because what we had to do here, you know what I mean? If we're showing up in California, if we're showing up in a place where, you know, it gets warm, it gets beautiful, you're going to want to have a cabriolet at some point. It's the same car, it's the same idea, but what's behind it is also the kind of passion that your dad, Bodo Buschmann, had for very fast and very powerful convertibles.
Convertibles, Gran Turismo. It's a new variant. It translates to a few different shapes, especially in the back of the car, which we're going to talk about. But let's talk about what you mentioned. The dream, the motivation, the story behind the Bodo. The first times that my father would talk to the team, would talk to me about what a BRABUS car would look like. A car that had its own design identity. A car that you would see and that would be unmistakably BRABUS.
Absolutely.
And what that would be, limousine, coupe, SUV, Gran Turismo, cabriolet. He talked to me about this, and he talked to Jörn about this, to Uli, his predecessor, to the team, to everybody at BRABUS about this. It was a constant thing on his mind. But of course, as a company, we were smaller, we were making our way into the world. Throughout the 42 years of his tenure, this was in the back of his mind at all times. And the first time he talked to me about it, I think I was still a kid, teenager at most. As they say, life is what happens while you make other plans. Sadly, my father passed away. The founder of BRABUS passed away in 2018. Suddenly, we had to take the business into a new generation, into a future without Bodo Buschmann. And now, of course, 8 years later, we were able to fulfill that dream and kind of continue the legacy of Bodo Buschmann with that.
True, and that's actually why, you know, everything that we did, everywhere that we went, everything was kind of themed around that one more thing.
Exactly. At the launch in Como, the main speech that we would give, every document or every campaign was titled One More Thing. And that is, of course, because we're dedicating, as a team, we're dedicating this and this to the founder of BRABUS, Mr. Bodo Buschmann, without whom we would not be here and the brand would not exist.
Exactly right. Here we are, the BRABUS 2026 Pebble Beach world premiere, the BRABUS Bodo Cabriolet. Let's talk about it. Conti, do you remember back in the 90s, your dad was photographed in what and you probably as well, believe to be one of the most iconic BRABUS photographs of all time. It was your dad, no hood, on an R129, driving down, you know, Bottrop Way. And you could just see the massive, I believe it was a 7.3 liter V12 up front in an SL. It was perfect.
Every time I want to remind myself of the essence of BRABUS, I look at that picture.
Exactly right.
I think there is no other image in our history that describes the feeling of BRABUS, the essence, the vibe, the world of BRABUS as much as this picture does. The term BRABUS 1 second wow, that is today our mission, did not exist back then, but that picture says it all.
Absolutely agreed. And would you say that that spirit, that energy that that picture gives was the inspiration for this?
It was the reason to say that when we build the Brabus Bodo, we've got to have a cabriolet variant. So the first thing that we talked about, his original dream was always a coupe, large two seats, or as in this case, it turned out to be a 2+2 seats, very long statement car. But he was always a fan of both coupes and cabriolets. And so we had to follow up.
1,000 horsepower, 1,200 Newton meters of torque, or roughly 885 foot-pounds. We've got a transaxle gearbox. We've got a weight distribution of about 5149.
V12 bi-turbo.
Absolutely does not get more Brabus than that. 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds.
360 kilometers an hour top speed.
Which is about, I think, 223 miles an hour.
It's a fast car.
It sure is.
One part of the car that I think shapes the personality like almost nothing else is the wheels. Put a different set of wheels on a car, it becomes a different animal. We have a new size.
That's right, 22-inch on Pirelli.
So customers can choose?
Yeah, absolutely. Customers can choose whether it's 21-inch, whether it's 22-inch, depending on the look they want, but of course, as usual, in every color.
It is a question of what vibe do I want? I like the 21-inch that we showed in Italy, but I also like this. And I can't wait to also see it on the coupe. But for Pebble Beach 2026 and for the Quail, we bought a coupe on 21-inch. And we're going to show it that way. And we brought the cabriolet sitting on 22-inch rims. A polished look really makes it pop out and makes it look even bigger in contrast to the black on black wheel. You know what I love about this, Tom? People described it as a hyper GT after it came out. But what I love about it is that whether it's closed or open, it is a daily driver. You've got enough space in the cabin. The steering's not too stiff and not too loose. It's a cruising machine.
Absolutely. It's a driver's car. It's always what the Bodo's been about. So it's great to see that it's the same way here.
Let's talk interior. Of course, the world premiere was black on black. This time we went the exact opposite way. A silkstone exterior and interior, low contrast. How would you describe the color?
That's a good question. I mean, the name, as you said, Silkstone, it gives you a very, very direct vibe already. It's not exactly white, it's not exactly gray, it's something in between. It's almost like a champagne, but
a bit of an earthy tone.
Right, like kind of like an earthy tone.
It's not cream, but it's got a bit of brown in it.
But very elegant and perfect fit for both the exterior and the interior.
You know, I'm a fan of carbon fiber, whether it's outside of the car or inside of the car. And of course, the body of the Bodo is carbon fiber, whether it's painted, as in this case, or whether it's exposed, like we've got it on the coupe sitting next to us. The interior, this time we went a different route.
We absolutely did. We paint matched the interior to the exterior for a monochromatic look. And it's also, you know, we really notice it when you see the hood kind of flow into the interior, into the dashboard.
It's the same exact color, the same exact tone, and it matches. And that gives it a cool, different vibe that I've not seen before. Something that we didn't change is, of course, the quilting. A Brabus shell pattern all the way. It has become our de facto standard brand pattern.
For good reason.
Because customers choose it over and over and over again. And of course, when you configure the car, there's millions of options of how you can design your very own Brabus masterpiece interior. We are the company that builds your dream, your one of one. But the shell pattern has become the pattern that we choose for world premieres and collection cars over and over again. It has turned out to be very timeless. Do you know that it was actually one of the very first patterns that we ever developed?
I did not know that.
It was one of the first patterns that we ever developed. After that, we did a lot of other ones, a lot of more complicated ones, but it just works and it evolves. One of the jobs we have to do as a brand is that the things we design have to cater to the past, the present, and the future of the brand. In this case, the shell pattern has evolved. On the upper seat back and on the rear deck of the car, you can see that especially when it's open like now, we've got a new abstract 3D variant of the shell pattern that I absolutely love.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it also does this thing where, you know, like you said, the shell pattern is absolutely a Brabus classic. It's been with us for many, many years, but now it gives it this modern feel to it, this new level almost, which, by the way, is what we try to do with the Bodo itself. Take something that exists in the old and bring it into the new. Conti, how about the back of the car? It's obviously the part that's changed the most. Tell me about it.
Absolutely. Just like in the coupe, the Bodo line is the base of the design of the whole car. It's the line that starts in the front and uninterrupted goes all the way to the back, which is only possible because the front fender and the front of the hood is one big carbon fiber part on both sides, and we're leading them together in the middle, which looks much better than having two different parts in the front. Now, coming to the back, moving along the Bodo line, you can see that it has slightly changed because the back is a bit higher. It comes up from the taillights and connects to the second row of seats. And that is simply because, of course, it's got a foldable roof. And that's what people always forget about when they look at a cabriolet. It's open, it looks nice, but they forget that the roof has to go somewhere. There's hundreds of moving parts that when you fold it have to be stored properly so that you can actually close the car. In this case, this is where the cabriolet roof is stored. And so that changes the whole back of the car. In the development of the cabriolet variant, this was the biggest challenge, but I think we've mastered it. We've still got the active aero that is fully integrated, invisible, exactly like we want to have it on an elegant Gran Turismo that only comes out when you need it, either as an air brake or because you switched into one of the sport modes. We've still got one uninterrupted line that is established by the taillights on the left, the taillights on the right, and the Brabus lettering that functions both as a logo and as a taillight at the same time. Both in the front and the back, it is very clearly a Brabus Bodo. It's picking up on the same design philosophy and the same lines. However, it's an evolution. It's a variant that is due to functionality. And by the way, did you know that we've got a little clue as to the brand's history on the back of the car?
I did not know that. Feel free to tell me about it.
Now look at the tail lights. Count them on the left and the right.
I count 7 on the left and 7 on the right.
Here's a coincidence.
77.
Brabus was founded in 1977. I love it because it's exactly those hidden cues, those hidden stories that make or break a design for me.
The Bodo is and always has been a project rooted in heritage. So to have as many nods to 1977 to your dad is just the perfect way to do it.
And that is what makes it the most personal project ever for many, many people at Brabus HQ. And by the way, let me also use this as the moment to thank everybody at Bottrop, Germany and Brabus HQ for building, for developing this car, for realizing that dream together with me, together with the leadership team, together with everybody who has been working with my father for decades. Brabus is not a one-man show. It is not only me, it is not only Jörn, it is a team effort. And as a team, we've built the Bodo Coupe, and now as a team, we're releasing the Cabriolet. Also, let me say this, the reaction of people, the reaction of the community out there to the Bodo when we released it, and since that point, has been nothing but overwhelming and utterly fascinating to me and to everybody at Brabus. We are happy that you like it, that you love it, because we believed in the design, we all loved it, and when you put something out there, the moment of truth is always when you pull the cover off at the world premiere. What followed after have been two of the most special months that we've ever had in our brand's history, and I really, really want to thank you for that. Malibu, California, sunshine, big wheels. You kind of convinced me. Let me take this from you.
Go ahead. It's a great car, but we'll have to talk again when we get back to Germany.
This has been our tech talk about the Brabus Bodo 2026 Pebble Beach and the Quail Edition. Tom, thank you very much for doing this. Guys, let me know what you think. Which one's your favorite? Which color do you like? Black on black, silk stone, day or night, cabriolet or coupe? Take it away in the comments. We'll see you next time.